All right, Uptown YT.
What's the word? What's the word, Cam?
Glad to have you back.
Man, blessings, man, blessings.
Yeah, you've been going crazy, man. Snapchat, you took off crazy on Snapchat.
Hell yeah. Not just Snapchat though, man. We've been taking over. We've been up Instagram shit since I got out, especially right now. We got some shit. Actually, it's a clip. It's a clip of the last interview we did. When you asked me, it was like, so what you got on? I was like $10,000 Versace jacket. That's going crazy on the internet right now. That's going retarded.
Yeah, you went viral crazy on Facebook. I don't even know if you know, but yeah, I put it up on the Facebook page.
Oh, I didn't even see that shit on the Facebook.
Viral.
Yeah, I didn't even see that shit. I got some other shit that's going retarded on Facebook. I walked into the gas station with some racks on me, and I was like, let me get 200,000 on pump 10. I was just around, threw a gang of money on the counter and shit at the gas station. That shit got like 2 million views. Yeah, that shit's going crazy.
Yeah, that's nuts, man. It was kind of crazy. I mean, we did the interview, and then I think we just randomly threw it on Snapchat.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh wow, okay,
just started going retarded.
Yeah, I was definitely surprised, man. But that's what's up, man. I'm glad to see you doing your thing.
Yeah, appreciate you.
For sure. Last time, you went viral for having 100,000 on you. How much did you bring this time?
Shit, right now, I say about around the same. About around the same, more or less, yeah. And then last time I put up on you in the Bentley truck. I was in my Bentley truck. Now we in the back of the Maybach, just doing our thing, just soaking up the blessings that God done, blessed us with, man. Not even supposed to be out right now, like Jesus Christ. Nigga done resurrected from the dead. I'm supposed to be serving multiple life sentences, so shit, we just thanking God every time, man. Thanking God.
So how does it feel to come from, just not too long ago, you was in a level 4 penitentiary, man, looking at the rest of your life, and now you're in Maybachs, Bentleys, making a whole lot of money, man. It's crazy.
Man, to be honest, man, I really be trying to just. I'm a type of dude to where like I'm so focused, I'm so locked in, like I believe I deserve the world, but I be trying to stay grounded and remembering where I just came from, like, cause it's crazy, man. Cause like when I first hopped out, my first day I jumped into a Bentley, so it's like I've been living this lifestyle since day one, and it's just like now, fast forward now, and it's like, damn, I'm in penthouses, I'm in mansions, I'm on the 56th floor looking down the skyscrapers on some fly shit. Man, we got boats, we got yachts. We just got a 75 footer. Man, it's crazy, man, but I like to always think about the sale, so it keeps me motivated to go harder, because a lot of times you'll get comfortable. You know what I mean? Like, you get comfortable when you live in a certain lifestyle, and it's like, you get comfortable with anything. So I like to remind myself to, keep going hard. I still wake up early every day. I don't even sleep, pretty much. If I do sleep, I'm up every day at 4 a.m. 4 in the morning, I'm up every day. So I like to try to keep some discipline with myself to just stay on track.
Now, earlier when we were talking, you mentioned that you had a message.
You
have a lot of, there's a lot of stuff going on, in the internet, especially gang-wise.
Mm-hmm.
I know you come from that world. What is your thoughts on everything, and, what is the message that you're trying to push out there?
Man, the message, I'm really, right now, I'm on some like all call out war to gangbanging. Like, cause right now we got a lot of dudes, man, we got a lot of clowns that's portraying a lifestyle to the youth. And it's like, I wanna just let these young, coming from a level 4 yard general, we talking about that runs prison yards. I'm a that runs prison yards. I'm a dude that, like, from the pen to the streets. Obviously, like, you know, a lot of these dudes talk this high tech shit and they're generals and they run this and they run that. How can't you run your life when you get out of prison? Like, but like, I just want to tell the real about this gang banging shit. Like, this gang banging shit ain't one thing. First and foremost, yo, these big homies is snitches, they bitches, and they sexos and they pedophiles. What grown ass man is hanging around 14, 15, 16-year-old little boys and little girls? That shit ain't straight with me. Like, I'm a grown ass man. I'm 24 years old. There's no reason for me to be around a 15-year-old, like, for any reason. Not even my niece, like, you know, unless I'm taking her from somewhere to, but like hanging around, chilling, like on some cool shit, that's sexo shit. Like, and I come from that lifestyle, so I know. Man, we had OGs that was trying to deal with the girls that we was dealing with when we was 12, 13. And that's that lifestyle, you know what I mean? Like, yo, big homies is pedophiles. These is going to, why do your homies keep catching all these cases and never end up doing a significant amount of time? Why these dudes kept catching 2 blower charges, 3 blower charges, 4, 5 different charges, never end up doing time? Just getting their house running into, finding choppers and doing no time. It just makes no sense. Like, especially when you go to prison and at the end of the day, you have to run with your race. When we all go to prison, you have to run with your race. So if you're black and you a Crip and you beef with Bloods, you gonna run with them regardless. You don't have a choice. It's not even an option. So yeah, I'm really just tired and just stuck up with all this shit that these motherfuckers is trying to portray with this gang banging shit, man. This gang banging shit. We got too many federal informants hopping up on the internet discussing gang politics, discussing all this gang banging shit, trying to influence to think like this shit is cool. And I'm a that really comes from that, and I never try to idolize it. Like, I'll tell somebody the truth of my story. I'll just tell you what it is, like, with no chaser. But we never try to idolize nothing. And a lot of these dudes is trying to idolize Crippin', trying to idolize Blood, and all that shit is out. Like, we don't with that. Like, real men take care of their children. You feel me? Like, a real man is there for their kids. A real man is loyal to his family. A real man not only loyal to his family, loyal to people that's loyal to you. It's like, the type of individual I am, I can't associate with that don't live and abide by principles. I'm a man of principles. I'm a man of loyalty. I'm just a man of certain things to where, like, a can't do. And how this gang banging culture has shifted to all it's about is death, destruction, unloyalty, all that shit. So, like, I'm really trying to show these young, like, you know, you don't have to be like me. I got locked up when I was 15 years old. I was facing 127 years of life at 15. You know what I'm saying? 2 murders, 2 attempts, gang enhancement, gun enhancement, mayhem, malice, everything that you could think of. You know, I went down, I did my time, I kept it solid. We ain't tell on nobody, we ain't fold on nobody. We real, like, real, all the way authentic. Everything speaks for itself. And it's like a lot of these dudes, they get out, they pushing this narrative of some just negativity. And it's like, I ain't with the negative, so, like, that's what I'm on right now, Cam. I just gotta, like, get that gang banging shit off of a nigga chest. Cause a lot of niggas, like, people don't even know the origin of why gangs even started. Like, gangs started back in the day because white people would come into the black communities and they would rape the women and they would beat them or damn near to death, or they would kill any black people that they would see. So they would ride into the black communities and the brown communities as well, the black and brown, and they would see the women, get the women, rape them. They would see little kids walking down the street, little black kids walking down the street, and they'd beat them down, beat them to death, all that. My dad's 66 years old. He came from that lifestyle. My mom came from that lifestyle, to where my dad was telling me stories where he's running home getting chased by a white man. Like, that's the origin of gangbanging. The black community started organizations to protect our community, to protect our people. You know what I mean? And now it's just misconstrued and just flipped into some way out other shit.
Now, you brought up, a lot of the gang talk and stuff being online and everything. Well, recently, Lil Durk
Yep.
was just picked up by the feds. Him, 5 of his homeboys. Everybody is saying that one of his close homies, who he looked out for, gave $50,000 to OTF Jam, is cooperating, possibly wore a wire on him. He's looking at life in jail. What's your thoughts when you see something like that?
Man, when I see something like that, it kind of goes back to what I was saying about the loyalty. Because I remember, I don't know too much about the whole situation or the OTF Jam dude. I don't even know if he is really informing. I don't want to throw that jacket without really knowing myself, because I didn't do too much, looking into it. But if everything is true with what they're alleging and they're saying, it goes back to the loyalty factor, because I did see a video just resurfacing the internet due to this shit of Durk giving them like, what was it, like 100,000 or something as soon as when he got out of prison? He did like
50?
Yeah, like 50,000. He gave him 50 racks fresh out. What he did, like 13 years or something, 12 years?
Something like that.
So it's like, it's going back to exactly what I'm saying. This dude done gave him 50 racks. His mama ain't even have 50 racks. His mama probably ain't have a t-shirt for him. Let's just keep it 100. So Durk is showing real love, and this is supposed to be from your neighborhood that you grew up with. You showing one of your dogs, one of your partners love, giving nigga 50 racks. He probably put him in a vehicle, probably put him in an apartment or something, put him in something, got him set up. He got him set up right. And for to get out of prison and intent, because he was already an informant. If he got out, his sole intention was to inform everything, but probably I think specifically on Durk. So it's like, you get out and this man puts you in a position and blesses you more than your own mama would, and then flips the script and stabs him in the back. Man, that shit is foul. And it's like, man, if they have all the evidence that they're saying that they have, I can't really see it. There ain't no wiggling out of this, man. Like I tell people, the first thing I like to say is, I got money. If you playing with money, you could, like, you can get out pretty much anything. If that's the case, what about Freeway Rick Ross? What about the, what was his name? Frank Lucas. And these is dudes that had way more money than Durk. Not saying Durk don't have no money, but these is dudes that had way more money than Durk. And Frank Lucas ended up doing 15 years, and he still cooperated and snitched. He snitched and did 15 years. The Freeway Rick Ross, I don't know if he told or nothing, but he did 20 years. He didn't tell. Okay, he didn't tell.
No, I don't think so.
He kept it solid. And this is, Freeway Rick Ross is the biggest drug dealer in American history. Bigger than the Italian mob, bigger than everybody. He was making $3 million a day. $3 million a day. This was playing with billions. And he did 25 years?
Something like that.
25 years. Yeah. So this ain't something that you could walk away from. The police ain't, we're talking about we're going against the United States federal government now. We're not talking about the state of California. We're not talking about the state of Illinois. We're talking about the United States federal government. That you do not have enough money to be able to pay them. The biggest drug dealer in American history didn't have enough money to walk away from this shit. There ain't no walking away from this. If they have the evidence that they say they have and everything that is alleged is true, there's no walking away from this, bro. Like, in any way. It's a sad thing, man, because Durk is really a legend. Me, myself, I was tuned in with Lil Durk back 2011, 2012. Back when that whole Chicago era started, I was one of them that like I love that Chicago era. I was 11 years old, 12 years old back then, you know, in middle school and shit. I love that shit, man. Durk is really like the Chicago legend. He came from like kind of being like undershadowed to like Chief Keef and them to like being the top dog. Like literally, that's that shows you longevity. Like if you put longevity over everything, then that shit is cold though. That shit's crazy.
Yeah, Durk definitely, he just kept going.
Yeah.
He just wouldn't stop.
Yeah.
You know, it was like, he was definitely behind Chief Keef. Chief Keef was definitely the top dog, you know, doing his thing.
Then they had Lil Reese in them. You know, they had a lot of dudes.
Was killing it, yes. And he just kept, it was just going and going and going.
Consistency.
Consistency,
bro. I remember when he first started doing that singing shit. I hated that shit. I thought that shit was trash. I'm not even gonna lie. I thought that shit was garbage. But he perfected that shit to where it's like, damn, that shit is like music. That shit is like a masterpiece now. He really mastered that singing shit. I remember when he first started doing that shit, everybody was like, why the f is Lil Durk singing? Like, that shit is trash. Like, that shit is trash. I didn't like that shit. But that did his thing.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, man. Well, you know, he just got transferred to L.A. You know, they got...
okay. Yep. So they got him in L.A. Okay, the L.A. County Federal. Yep.
And, you know, some of the evidence is, you know, they got the cars on camera. You know, one of the cars had a tracking device in it. So they know everywhere they were going. You know, they got the plane tickets, and if you get on a plane, they know who you are, man. So those 5 guys flew here. Durk flew in a private jet with one of the guys who bought the ski mask.
Yeah.
You know, still got we don't know who co-conspirator 2 is, which he was in on the shooting. We don't know who he is, or allegedly in on the shooting. And we got co-conspirator 4, who was the guy who dropped the location.
Man, the things about the vehicle shit is crazy because I know the individual who actually owned the vehicles, who rented out the vehicles that were allegedly used and stuff. And when this whole Lil Durk shit cracked off and it popped off, man, he called me and he was telling me, like, you know what's crazy about this, that they took those vehicles, they took the BMW a month after the shooting occurred way back. So they took the BMW, and then the other vehicle, which was what we said, it was like an Infinity or something, whatever that one was, they took that 2 months after. So the feds been on it. They confiscated both vehicles within 2 months after the shooting. So they've been building evidence. They've been on top of shit.
Did your homeboy know why they were taking it, or did they just tell him?
No.
Like, how does that work? Like, that's kind of up just to take somebody's car.
The thing with the federal government, they don't have to tell you why or nothing. It's just, nigga, this was involved in this. We're taking this. This is our property. Nigga, it's evidence, point blank. Federal government don't have to say shit. They'll just come and take all your shit. That's what they did with they did the same thing with Rollo. They took all his shit. They took all like his property. They took like his properties, all his cars, his houses, everything.
Right, but we knew why they were taking Rollo's stuff.
Yeah, but still though, you can't say that everything was acquired illegally. You know what I mean? You can't say that.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you're selling drugs and they caught you selling a large amount of drugs, they're gonna probably take everything.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I don't know how you prove everything, but yeah, it's gonna be tough. But how did your homeboy feel when his car, they just took it without telling him or giving him an explanation?
Man, he didn't tell me how he felt. He probably obviously was mad. Obviously he was mad as like me. I got 10 cars. If somebody takes one of my cars, I'm gonna be mad as especially like it doesn't matter what the it is. It don't matter if it's one of my low key cars. You know what I mean? It could be a Toyota Camry. If they take one of my cars, I'm gonna be mad as so. I'm quite sure he was mad, but that happened so long ago. I don't know, like, you know what I mean? I wasn't even I don't even think I was out of prison during that time. I don't even think I was out of prison during the time like when that whole shit occurred. But he just brung it up to me when that whole Lil Durk shit popped off. He was like, damn, it was crazy because that was my vehicle. And my vehicles got confiscated. They took them.
Okay, so just so we fill in the blanks for the people listening. Your homeboy he was loaning it to a place that rents cars, right? So he can make money.
Yeah.
So he was getting a piece of it. He loans it to him. I guess, he gets his car back. And then like a month later, they come confiscate it. And all this time, he doesn't know anything.
Anything.
And then this Durk thing
Oh,
cracks
no,
and he starts to see the pictures.
Matter of fact, you know what happened? Damn, I forgot. You know what happened? He was letting his homie drive the car at the time. So when he got the car back, all that passed by, he was letting his homie drive the car. And then his homie got pulled over by the feds. And it was a black dude. And they thought he was one of the dudes that was involved in the shit. Yeah, real shit. They pulled that over, and then he had like a slap on him. He had like a firearm. He had a firearm on him. So they hemmed him up. And they thought he was one of the dudes that was involved in the actual shooting, but then obviously they worked everything out and figured out that he wasn't one of them. So yeah, that shit was crazy. So how they got the car, a was driving it, he let somebody else drive it, and then they got pulled over in it, and the feds just took him for the shit. So yeah, that shit was crazy. Yeah, that shit was crazy.
And so this whole time, did he know? So he had no idea why they took his car. So what did he think when this Durk shit cracked and it's like, there's my car? Now I know.
I think he was just like shocked. I'd be like, damn. It's definitely a moment to where you like, okay, everything makes sense now. Like everything is adding up. Everything makes sense.
I'd have been calling the feds like every day, like, yo.
I'd have been trying to sue them motherfuckers.
You know what I mean? Like,
I'd have been trying to sue the feds.
Y'all can't just take my car without a reason.
Yeah, I would have been trying to sue the feds. But sometimes, sometimes certain motherfuckers don't be wanting to go to, like, bat. They don't want to go and bat for themselves because something like that, a process like that with the federal government would take a long time. But me, I got nothing but time. We're going to go to war over it. Like, and if after court and everything, and they just like, yeah, you're not getting your shit back, then okay, whatever.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Now, you mentioned, disloyalty in the streets, man. Do you have any situations that you've been through or that you could speak on that kind of taught you a lesson about the loyalty?
Hell yeah, man. I got countless situations. Man, I got a dude, like one thing, I'll never say no names or nothing, but I'll tell a story. Like, man, I got a dude that when I was out, before I got locked up, before I got incarcerated, this was like a day one that I treated as my brother. I acted as such as like a brother. He knew my mom, I knew his mom, whoop whoop whoop. This is a that I would kill for, like point blank period. And man, I'd have been in situations to where back then I was selling a lot of drugs as a child, like a lot of drugs, like big drugs. Like we talking about 20, 30 pounds, 50 packs, like moving around with 30, 50,000 on me at 14 years old. You know what I mean? I'm talking about 13, 14. I'm moving hard. So this was that was from my neighborhood, from my area, and we was in that type of lifestyle with each other. Like we was selling drugs, we was selling packs together, we was selling packs. And then, man, I ended up like getting robbed for like a substantial amount of work type shit. But this is a that's not from my neighborhood. He's from a neighborhood, but he's not from my exact neighborhood, but he's from my allied neighborhood. So he actually gets robbed by from my hood. So he gets robbed from my hood. But the thing about it, these from the hood, they know this is my everyday day one. You know what I mean? So why would you even rob and approach it like that if you know? That's like okay, I know Whoopty Whoop is Cam's boy. This is everyday. I f with Cam. I might not f with this. He might just be around like random that, but I f with Cam, so we gonna let him, like, you know what I mean, like he good. So from the hood actually robbed this, and this actually was some shit to where it's like I was on some like, you know, I'm going to war against my whole neighborhood over this dude. So long story short, you know, gang of things transpired, and like one of the attempts that I went down is like involved with that situation, that specific situation I'm speaking on. And man, I'm talking about this never sent me $1 in prison. I probably talked to them like twice, never gave me a dime, $1, a cent, or nothing. And I'm telling you, I'm talking about, we was dealing with money, like a lot of money. And then fast forward like 2 years later, and I'm already locked up, like 2-3 years later, and already elevated. He dealing with, you know, make a play, he's getting 300 racks, 400 racks. So is dealing with real money. Like, you know what I mean? This was playing with M's. Cause we was already playing with a lot of money as kids, but you know, I'm sitting in the cage, ain't sent me $1, nothing. And I'm talking about go make a play and smack 400 racks. And this is a weekly thing. This isn't a like, okay, once every blue moon, once a month. No, every week was smacking a play and getting $300,000 to $400,000 cash. And I'm sitting in a cage. You know, obviously I got my peoples, you know, I got my brother, you know, I'm living like a king in prison. I'm good. But they never sent me $1, a dime, a cent. And I'm talking about was playing with racks. And I'm the that made it good for to even be able to walk around and feel safe. Cause that shit with the hood that got wronged, I made it right. I made it right. Anybody that was involved, anything, you know, everything got handled. You know what I mean? Everything got handled and everything was right. And it's like, man, nigga really left me to dry. I ain't even gonna lie, that shit hurted. This is a nigga I was with every day. Like every day. Like I viewed this as my brother. Like we sleeping in the car together. We going OT, going to Arizona, driving, going to other states, sleeping in the car, smacking, getting played, 80 racks, splitting it down the middle and shit, splitting it 3 ways, me, him, my brother, boom, boom, boom.
What do you think it was that made him not help you or be loyal to you like you would have expected him to?
To be honest, I feel like if you have it in your heart, you have that shit in your heart. And it's like, I think the streets now, you know, people don't abide by principles. So now the street code is like any means necessary. Like you could snake your partner to get on top. You feel me? Like backdoor your homie to put you to go from right here up here. So I think don't even look at it as nothing. Like think about all these that gangbang. I'm telling you, all of us when we go to prison, none of our homies do nothing for us. And every from a hood that gangbangs, every OG, every young will tell you, nigga, you go to juvenile hall, you go to prison, you go to county jail, ain't nobody looking out for you but your mama and your family. And then certain people are blessed to have like baby mamas or like girls and stuff like. And those are more like for the older dudes. Like I was younger when I went to prison, but like, your hood ain't loyal to you. Your hood don't give a about you. If your hood really loves, say they love their hoods and they love the streets, but the streets in your hood don't love you. Because if your hood loved you, when you had a court date, they would be writing letters for the judge. They would be writing on your behalf, trying to explain your character, trying to say that this is a good dude, this, that, and the third. Man, when I got out of prison, I went to one of my homies' court dates to get this out of prison and spoke to the judge spoke to the judge and was speaking to him about his character, saying that he's a good dude, this, that, and the third. The main thing is environment. As long as he's placed in a good environment, like how we was talking about, as long as he's placed in an environment to where don't have to look over his back and the nigga don't have to crash out, because you still dealing with dudes that's dealing with trauma, because a lot of people has lost their lives. We went down for cases like me. I went down for cases where dudes has lost their lives and dudes has got hurt and people's families has gotten hurt, and they can never get that back. And it understands that and never thinks lightly of that. So it's like certain motherfuckers, don't give a if you change. So, I done went to court on that. Man, I was in prison putting money on books in a cage. I'm getting calls left and right. Oh, I'm getting calls from Pelican Bay, calls from High Desert, Lancaster. Boom. I'm okay. I send this over here. Make a call to my brother. Hey, boom. Send this to Wooty Whoop. Send him a pack. Send him this. Like, don't have that loyalty, man. I don't. It's something about the streets, man. Something about the streets and that the culture is just an unloyal culture.
And that's supposed to be one of the key elements to join a gang, is the loyalty and the family and the brotherhood of having someone who always has your back.
Yeah, and that's literally what the trick is to draw it in, because a lot of people, they might not come from like a family, like don't really have family. So a lot of people be like, the hood is my family. I look at the hood as my family. Like, the big homies are my father figures. The homegirls are like my mother figures, the this, to that. These are the only people that got my back. How are these the only people that got your back? When you go to prison, they don't send you no money. They never went to your court date. Them's the first to go your baby mama. Like, nobody has showed you any loyalty from your hood or from your gang. The gang doesn't show you no loyalty. The hood says that's what you were supposed to do. The hood says nobody told your dumb ass to go to prison. That's on you. We living out here on the streets, and they just forget about you. And then you do 10, 15, 20, 30 years. And then you come out a statue as a OG. Oh, this is nigga one of the, legends from the hood. Nigga did 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. And all them years, nobody was there for you. Ain't nobody do shit.
You mentioned Rick Ross being the biggest. Bigger than Meech?
Hell yeah.
Yeah?
Freeway Rick Ross?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. We talking about a mother that was directly working with the CIA in the United States. Not saying that Meech didn't have connections with him as well, because we know when you're in that lifestyle and you're dealing with drugs and you're dealing with big weight, regardless, even if it's a direct, if it's not a direct, you have an indirect connection with it regardless. Because if you get your work from a plug that's, let's just say, tied in with the cartel, or he's cartel, where does the cartel get their drugs from? So regardless, you're in bed with the federal government in the United States. But this Rick Ross, we talking about that started the whole crack academic and shit. Like, nobody was bigger than him. It's documented. It's in the books. Like, they wrote this shit in the history books. They said he's the biggest American drug dealer in history. Bigger than Meech, bigger than the Italian mob, bigger than all that shit. We talking about he's like on El Chapo level for here. Like how El Chapo is out there, he's Mexico, right? El Chapo is Mexico?
El Chapo's Mexican, yep.
How El Chapo is in Mexico. Rick Ross was El Chapo in the United States. They were making the same amount of money. $3-4 million a day.
It's a crazy amount of money.
A day.
All you need to work is one day.
We talking about me.
1 week, you good. Forever.
Man, them mother got stash houses, man. We're talking about 100 houses, 200 houses. I'm talking about where the houses are filled from head to toe with cash. I'm talking about the whole house. There's nothing in the house. Everything is filled with pure cash, stash houses, and it's guarded. They got like military guarding that shit. This cartel shit. You know what I mean? This is real life cartel shit. And they got 100 of those houses. And each house got a certain amount of millions. This 50 million. 50 million in this house. 100 million in this house. Man, Rick Ross was dealing with a totally different level of money.
Well, he was getting his through the cartels too, right?
Ross?
Him and Meech.
Hell no. Ross was going strictly through the CIA, through the government. He was working directly with the government. He wasn't going through no cartel.
Are you sure? Because I believe
100%.
he got caught. The way he got caught was with a cartel dude.
Yeah, he was probably supplying the cartel dude. The cartel never supplied him. He didn't supply the cartel. If anything, he was supplying the cartel. Not the other way around. Because he was dealing directly with the CIA. He didn't need the cartel.
And Big Meech just got out.
Yeah. Welcome home. Blessing.
Yeah.
Blessing. Hell yeah.
Did about 20 years.
Yeah, walked out 20 like a soldier.
It's not bad. I mean.
What? That's a what?
For what he did?
You won.
Yeah.
You beat that. You beat that. For sure. 100%. Hell yeah. That's how I feel like with what I got locked up for. Even though obviously like I had life and just due to the laws, like I got blessed with that. But like if you go down for certain cases and you walk out 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, you beat that. You're supposed to take your whole life away. So 20 years compared to your whole life, you won. You can't complain.
How hard do you think it is a guy like Meech who comes from, blowing hundreds of thousands of dollars in the club and just Ferraris
millions
and,
in the club.
Benzes and, all the best cars and 10 mansions and all this, and now he kind of gotta start from the beginning, and he got to do it legit this time. Oh, how hard do you think that is?
I don't think he's gonna have no issue. He definitely has money. Obviously not as much money as he had, but he definitely has a substantial amount of money for sure. He's not starting from ground zero. Now, he might not be at the tip top, but he's not starting from ground zero. I know for a fact, just off of just knowing what I had and what I was doing and what I was making shake in prison, and we talking about Big Meech, oh yeah, nah.
Think he had money stashed? A lot of people think he had money stashed.
I know for a fact. And he didn't just have money stashed. He had money circling in too. Not saying illegal money, but he had money circling in too, for sure. 100%. Businesses, giving money to people, invest them into these businesses, do this, do that. Hell yeah. It's Big Meech.
He's a hustler, so he'll figure it out.
100%.
One way or the other.
He ain't got to figure it out. It's already done.
He's got the TV show.
Yeah.
So he's making money. He's making money there.
See, look, he set up, that's how much of a gangster. Like, he set up a TV show based on his life, and he's still in prison. Like, going crazy, though. And then put his son in it. Nigga going crazy, bro. Going crazy. He on some, like, LeBron shit. But LeBron shit in the game, though. Like how LeBron got his son. LeBron having so much motion, he got his son in the league. Which LeBron's son wasn't really ready for the league until probably like 2 or 3 more years. You know what I mean? Not saying he wouldn't have made it, but he definitely needs more development. But because LeBron is having so much motion, nigga, and that's what Big Meech is for, like, the game. You know what I mean? When we talk about that lifestyle, street culture and shit, that's who Big Meech is. Put his son right into position. Boom.
Yeah, his son got the big old chain.
Fat, chunky Cuban.
Yeah.
BMF, busting, stunning hard. Got hot. Got hot.
Yeah.
Shit.
He definitely kind of came out of nowhere, man. You know, and he earned it. You know, he earned the spot. He earned. You know, he went to school. He put in the work. You know, he really wanted to play his dad, and I mean, everybody loves it.
Yeah, I love it. That's just a good ass TV show for sure. With it for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Now you mentioned getting sentenced to 127 years, man. That's an insane amount of time, man. I mean, that's life. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty much over. You know what I'm saying? If the laws don't change and things don't change or something don't break your way, you know, you're done. You're gonna sit in a cage for the rest of your life, man, and it's gonna be miserable. You know, you go to court, you're fighting everything, you get found guilty. What's that day like when the judge sentences you?
So I was actually fighting 127 when I actually got sentenced. It was 84 years to life. So the initial charges that I was fighting with everything together was 127 years. But man, it was really sentencing day. Once a nigga got sentenced, it was really like it's time to be like Michael Corleone, like in prison. Like I've done what I was supposed to do, like on the streets, as far as gang banging wise. That's why I'm in here. And it's like, you know, I just fully emerged into the lifestyle. It's time to run prison. Like, yeah.
So how do you climb your way up to being one of the leaders?
To be honest, like I tell people, everything is quite easy. It's just about work. Like putting in more work than motherfuckers. I put it this way. If, for instance, like when I first got locked up, my main thing I always would tell myself is I need to be ready physically, spiritually, not spiritually, physically, mentally, and emotionally. That's what I was telling myself. Like my emotions need to be in point. I need to be physically fit and ready, and I need to be mentally ready because everything is a mindset. So when I first got locked up, I couldn't do one push-up. I went from
Were you
doing skinny as 139 pounds. I'm gonna show you a photo of what I look like. Skinny as. So I went from 139 pounds to 250. 250. You know what I mean? Like right now I'm 250.
Damn.
Yeah, 250.
That's a hell of a transformation. How long did it take you?
Shit.
It had to have been a few years, man.
Not even. I'm telling you, I got big in 1 year, like huge. In 6 months I was big, but in 1 year, look, since I was 16 years old, I've never been under 200 pounds. Since I was 16, and I got locked up 139 pounds. Since I was 16, I've never been under 200 pounds. By the time I was 19 years old, I was a monster. Like Tukey Wood, like when I say monster, like I've always been, if not the biggest dude, one of the top biggest dudes like on the yard. And that goes back to how you was asking me, how do you become top dog? How I became top dog is, okay, I landed in prison. You see, okay, do 1,000 push-ups a day. These are the top. Okay, y'all do 1,000, I'm gonna do 2,000. So I'm doubling y'all. Instead of 2,000, instead of doing 1,000, I'm gonna do 3,000 push-ups a day. I was doing 3,000 push-ups a day, every single day. Since when I reached 19 years old, I was doing 3,000 push-ups a day. I was doing 1,000 squats, 600 pull-ups, 500 dips every single day. So how you become top dog, I'm gonna be more fit than you. Y'all do 1,000, I do 3,000. So I'm stronger than you and I'm swoller than you. Y'all either don't read or you read occasionally or you read once or 2 hours a day. I read 6 hours a day. All I'm doing is studying. And everything I was studying was about the mind. manipulation, how to master your emotions, how to understand how humans think and why humans act the way they act. So you get your mind in check, you get your discipline right, you get fit, you get swole, you cut out drugs. I stopped doing drugs. After a certain amount of time, I stopped doing drugs. No drugs, sober mind. And that's how it becomes the top. I'm stronger than y'all, I'm swoller, I'm more intelligent, and I have more connections. You know, most aren't connected and they weren't really, unless you're certain individuals. You know, I have more connections on the streets. I know the plug, I know this, I know that. I've been dealing drugs since I was 11 years old. I started selling coke and shit at 13. So it's like, I'm more connected. I make a phone call, I get shit cracking. Like instantly.
So you're on a level 4 yard, you know. So these are killers.
Yeah,
you're with.
all of us is killers.
You know.
Yeah.
How difficult is it to lead a group full of killers?
It's not difficult because it's like asking a lion how difficult is it to lead a pack of lions. You already a lion. Like, you know what I mean? Everything about me and my mindset is a killer. And when I say a killer, that's why I say a killer mind state. Because if we're doing business, I'm going to have that killer mind state. So it's like asking a lion, how is it to lead a pack of lions? I'm a lion. It just comes naturally to you. And like for me, I've always been an individual to where I've always found myself in leadership roles. Always been in leadership roles. Because I'm a young, but I'm far more advanced. And then a lot of it's simple, man. Like, prison ain't what people think it is. Don't work out. Niggas don't still, like, this ain't the 1980s no more. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this ain't the 90s, this ain't the 80s, this ain't the 70s. Back in them San Quentin days where was every was swole, hopping out hub. Nah, it ain't that. Everybody got a homie that just got out of prison. Is that nigga swole? Is he on point? Is he disciplined? I guarantee not. Like, I'm playing with millions and I'm up every single day at 4 a.m, point blank, like regardless. When I was in prison, I was getting up every single day, 4 a.m, I get the up and I bust down 1,000 push-ups. That was the first thing I did before I did anything. I get the up, bust down 1,000. So it's like, if you have that discipline, everything is about discipline and about your habits, turning your negative habits into positive habits. You create that discipline and then you see where everybody's lacking. It's like, you know, damn, these niggas, it's yard time. This nigga want to stay in this nigga want to stay in the cell and cupcake with his bitch when he's supposed to nigga go hit that pull-up bar, go get his swole on. You gonna come back to the cell and, like, you know, everything is habit. So it's easy, man. Aren't really on they shit. Prison ain't what you think it is. People think that it's a gang of monsters and dragons walking around in prison, bro. It's not like that.
Did you have to go to the shoe?
To the shoe, no. I've been to the hole, but not to the shoe. Never made it to the shoe. I went to YA too. I didn't tell you that last time. I went to YA too. In YA, I've been to the shoe in YA, but in the level 4 yard shoe, I never been to the shoe.
What's the YA shoe like? What happened that got you there?
So when I got resentenced, when they resentenced me from an adult life sentence to a juvenile life sentence, they had to send me to YA. I was no longer found fit for adult court. So with that being said, I was no longer found fit to be in adult facilities. So they had to send me to juvenile prison, which is YA. So I went to YA, and as soon as when I got there, my first 3 days, I caused the mass riot, boom, and then that was the first time I ended up landing in the hole.
Can you take me through it? Like what happened?
So I'm coming from maximum security prison. YA doesn't have politics. And when I say that, YA is a bunch of young that come from juvenile hall. You could be up to 26 in YA, but there was there was one that was like 30, like 29, 28. So, but it's supposed to be to your 26 max. That's what it's supposed to be. But they got in there that I've seen. Well, it was only one nigga that was 30, but I've seen 27s. I was in there with I was 28. So YA is a gang of that are coming from juvenile hall. They never had that prison structure, so they don't know what real politics is. In prison, you got the black section. This is the black tables. Black people only sit at these tables. Black people only use these phones. Black people only use these showers. It's not like that in YA. You know, they don't understand that. They never been through those type of politics. So in prison, you just operate a certain way. You can't walk through certain tables. You can't even cuz a blood as a Crip. Just respect factor. Prison, everything, adult prison, everything is about respect. So if you're a Crip, you don't conversate with a blood and be like, cuz this, cuz that. That's disrespectful. Cause then that Damu is gonna go tell whoever the rep is for the Damus. Then that Damu is gonna go tell the Keyway rep, and then that Keyway is gonna let you know, like, hey, you cousin the Damus, you know, show them some respect. They ain't gonna blood you, don't cuz them. You know what I mean? So prison is more serious because is making a lot of money. You know, is making millions, hundreds of thousands, running full-fledged operations. They're buying houses and feeding their children from a jail cell. So prison is just way more serious, and we're talking about adult men that deal with respect. YA, these young don't know nothing about that, and yet YA is just all gang banging. So in prison, you can't, if you're from a black gang and you beef with a Hispanic gang, you know, that's on the streets. You can't do nothing about that. Vice versa. And YA, if you from a black gang and you beef with this Hispanic gang, you can go over there and slap that, and it's not gonna cause a riot. It might, but most likely it's not. You could go over there and slap that and just do what you want to do. That's what YA about. YA is about pure gang banging. YA is like gang banging at its finest, and it's like no rules. You know what I mean? Like it's no rules, nigga. Everything goes. There ain't no, you can't hide under a card. You can't hide under a race. You know what I mean? If you from this gang and you beef with this from over here, that's just what it is. You got mandatory, YA got mandatory fades. YA, as soon as when you land in there, we got shit to where we make niggas fight for, first you got, if you a Crip, you got to fight to earn that you a Crip. Then you got to, if you're from a certain area, like if you're from the IE, you got to fight to be able to claim that you from the IE. Like there's certain shit. And then if you from neighborhood, it's like, if you're from certain gangs, okay, let's just say you're from neighborhood. Okay, you got 300 fades. You got like 300 in here. Mandatory. And they all gonna want to fight you. That's just what it is. So when I landed in YA, you know, I'm coming from a level 4 yard maximum security facility. I'm seeing how it's moving. I'm seeing this, that, and the third. I see how it's operating, and I'm telling these young, like, we gonna operate as a group. Like, we gonna come together as blacks, this, that, and the third. If there's anything with another race, there ain't no one-on-one fights, there ain't no none of that. So as soon as when I landed in 3 days, I spun it to that. And then instantly got into it with somebody in the school area in YA, a black and a Hispanic, and then they squabbled. And I found out about it, and I'm like, okay, when we come back to the unit, we gonna crack off a riot, mandatory riot. So that's what happened the first 3 days. That's how I ended up landing in the hole.
Okay.
But YA is like Disneyland. You can get cracking. Like, when I say cracking. As soon as when I came back, man, as soon as when I came back from the hole, bro, I got YA cracking, like instantly. I got on the phone, made some phone calls. I got shit. I got shit in there instantly, like first week. As soon as when I got there, I'm talking about 20 phones, all types of drugs, packs, instantly. YA just, they're not on things like how it is in prison because they aren't sophisticated criminals. You know what I mean? Not they're gangbang the out. YA is more extra than prison for sure because it's just a gang of just young that's trying to prove themselves. But niggas aren't sophisticated. You know what I mean? Don't have that mentality with it, that thought process.
Last time we did the interview, the jacket went crazy. You know, the $10,000 jacket, man.
10,000 Versace Parker.
Man, you had people mad, bro.
Yeah.
They was mad in the comments, dog. They was like, "Why is he spending $10,000 on a jacket?" Yeah, bro. They was pissed heated, bro.
Yeah, they was hot. Some motherfuckers was trying to say that shit ain't 10,000. This, that, and the third. Yeah.
So, what do you have on today? Anything crazy today, or is this just some average stuff?
This just some, anything we wear is just regular to us. Probably crazy to the world, but it's just regular to us. This just a whole little
What kind of jacket is it?
This a whole little custom True Religion fit. So a whole little matching little True fit. This the new edition. This shit just dropped. Little True jacket with the True pants with the Yeezy shoes.
Okay. What about the watch? How much is the watch going for?
We got the same Royal Oak, 120 on this one. I should have brought my other one. Should have brought my other AP. Yeah, this 120.
How much your glasses go for?
Oh, these just some regular little glasses. They just fly. They just fly as hell. Yeah. The glasses is just regular. They just hella fly. Nothing major like 150. Nothing crazy. Yeah.
What about your necklaces?
2 chains over here. These just both they both going for 15.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 15 a piece right there.
Nice.
They're both a set. They're both the same. They're the same chains, just different sizes, different lengths. Yeah.
What about your earrings?
Earrings is nothing major. 1,000 a piece. Nothing retarded. I want to get some. I was thinking about getting like some custom, like YT, but I'm like that. I think that should kind of be like too big. Like, you know what I mean, like a what? And I don't know, kind of girlish.
On one side, T on the other.
Oh. Yeah, that'll hit.
I don't know. Yeah, I just threw that out there. Yeah, I don't know if it'll work or not. But yeah.
Hell yeah. Back of the back, yeah. We just doing our thing, man. Fly, little regular, degular. Racks on us. Regular shit.
So this is the new Maybach?
Brand new Maybach. Brand new edition.
2025.
Brand new thing, man. Fresh out the factory. Some of the spots still got like the plastic on it and shit. Some of it, this shit brand new. Like up here still got the plastic on it. Yeah, this the brand new 2025 Maybach. This shit better than the Rolls. Shit better than the Rolls Royce, man. My uncle got that Cullinan. He got that white Cullinan, and I don't know. I'm with the Maybach better.
What is it about this that makes it better?
It's something about Mercedes and BMW's interiors. Like their interiors are going crazy. Like my brother, he got the brand new 760 too. You seen the brand new 760? That BMW?
Yep.
Yeah, that's it. With the 37 inch flat screen TV in the back seat and all that shit. Yeah, my brother got that mother. And that interior goes crazy. I thought it was the best interior in the game till a nigga got that Maybach, till a nigga copped that Maybach. Just their interior is luxury. It's luxury. Like Rolls don't got the ambient lighting. Okay, everybody loves the stars in the ceiling, But you could put the stars in the ceiling if you want that. That's just a couple thousand. You could put that. And then it comes with mandatory executive captain seats. The Maybachs come with that. So like the Rolls Royce, when you buy the Cullinan, it comes with the bench seats. So the bench seats, it don't got the split in the middle. It don't got the split in the middle. So this got the split in the middle. This shit come with the refrigerator in the back. We got the refrigerator in the back. It got the captain seats. I could lay this shit all the way back, put my feet up, lay back. This that ultimate luxury. Just get chauffeured.
The roll comes with a controller.
Yep. Comes with the little iPad.
So what's going on with the controller right there?
Right here, this is how you just get to control however you want to ride. So like right now, I'm about to show y'all right here. This is the massage. Put it on classic massage, right side, because I'm sitting on the right side. Boom. It's giving me a 5-star massage right now. Boom. Then we can fuck with the lighting. I go to the lighting, make it whatever color we want. This change the colors. We can get it green, red, blue, yellow. It don't matter, wherever we want to put it to.
Now, I've been told this car hops.
Yes, sir. This motherfucker bounce. The ultimate hydraulics. Put the hydraulics in that mother.
That's crazy.
And then you can connect this mother to your phone too, so you can set it up, boom, connect it to your phone and be handling your business straight from this. Yeah, but this bounce too. That's the ultimate. That motherfucker be bouncing. Yeah, last time I came in the Bentley thing, the Bentley Bentayga. That one's 2023. Now I'm back here in the Maybach, 2025, brand new key. Fresh out of level 4 yard, Maybach, brand new thing. Just thanking God, man, thanking God.
Is there any car you haven't got that you want to get?
The Rolls. I ain't got the Rolls. I want a Rolls for sure. Like I said, this is better than the Rolls, but you know, Rolls Royce still got that. It got that name. You know, that's that ultimate status. Like, you know what I mean? When you got a Rolls Royce, it's just like, you know what I mean? No could stun on you in the Rolls Royce. Now, if you ask me, this is better overall, just because what you get with it, the luxury is so luxury. Plus, then if you compare like price differences, you know what I mean? You get the best bang for your buck with this. But that Rolls is just an ultimate like status, because you're not getting a brand new Rolls mandatory half a ticket off the bat. Like off the dribble, you going half a ticket. Really $600. But brand new Rolls Royce, you gonna pay at least $500,000. You know what I mean? At least. So that's the ultimate status. Like, yeah, I want a Rolls and I want a Lambo. But not the Lamb truck. I want the Aventador. I'm gonna get an Aventador.
Woo!
I'm a two-seater. I'm a two-seater type. I had that. I showed you how I crashed the. Well, I didn't crash it. Somebody crashed it to me. My Vet, my C8. I got. I didn't show you the new one though. I got the new one on that one too. Oh shit! Is this the right phone? Nah, that's the wrong phone. I'm gonna show you. This is my other phone. But I got a brand new one too. That one's 2025 too. I just got that one like 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
So this is 2025. The Vet's 2025. Yeah, I got a lot of shit. Like I said, I got 10 cars.
You mentioned you got in a car accident.
Yep.
So what all happened with that?
Man, I was driving in one of those. I was on the freeway. One of those, like, it wasn't an F-150, but it was a pickup truck. It was like a Silverado. So I was smashing, and then the traffic, the in front of me smashed on his brakes instantly. So So the Silverado smacked my shit, smacked me from the back, and then I didn't flip over, but I was like spinning. I was spinning and spinning and spinning. Almost flipped over though. And then totaled the car. But the Silverado, he was real cool. He admitted to everything. He said he was in the wrong, this, that, and the third. So it was no back and forth with the insurance or none of that. Everything was good. I went right to the gym, shit, like a couple hours later.
You know, there's a piece of that nobody ever really talks about. That, okay, he's going to get your car fixed. The insurance is going to get your car fixed. Your car is going to come back, and it's going to look and probably feel just like it did before you got it. But now you got that accident on your record.
Yeah.
And now your car is probably worth 20%.
Hell yeah.
30% less.
Hell yeah. For sure.
Because of that damn accident. So even though he paid for the car to get fixed, he still probably cost you $20,000, $30,000.
No, 100%.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and like these cars, they're crazy because as soon as when you drive it off the lot, you lose 20 to 30%. Mm-hmm. Brand new. So as soon as when a nigga bought this shit, drove it off the lot, that's 20, 30% gone. 20, 30% gone. And this $250.
Yep.
This $250,000 for the brand new Maybach for the truck. Best thing is real estate right now. Like real estate, we into a lot of real estate. We investing into a lot of real estate. We own a lot of different lots and buildings and shit. A lot of shit in the IE, a lot of shit in LA, a lot of shit, yeah.
Now you own real estate around here. A lot of people are scared to own real estate because they're scared they're gonna get tenants that they can't get rid of. Tenant stops paying. In California, it's really hard to evict them. What's your thoughts on that? Do you have that problem? Have you had stuff like that?
Well, you're gonna run into issues a lot regardless. Right now with our real estate, we're not really doing the tenants. We're more just buying buildings. Like we're buying more buildings rather than actual like houses to rent out.
So you're doing commercial real estate?
Yes, commercial real estate.
Okay, that's crazy. A lot of people are saying commercial real estate's going down. Because a lot of people are working from home now versus, before pre-pandemic, commercial real estate was crazy, but now they're saying, it's rough.
Shit. Hey, we bought a building for what? How much did that building we get? How much was it? Like what?
$425.
Yeah, $425, and it's worth how much now?
$780.
$780,000.
Well, what's the key to buying good commercial real estate? Like, what do you look for? Are these like stores or are these like businesses?
They're businesses. They're businesses. Yeah, they're businesses and they're stores. Like you could buy a lot in the right area. You could buy a piece of, okay, so like there's a piece of real estate that we were just looking into. I was just looking into. It was it's in Riverside. So it's a building that burnt down. So it's not fully burnt down, but it burnt on the inside. It's like burnt on the inside. It's all burnt up on the inside. So they were selling the building for like $600,000, like 580, like 585, basically 600,000. I know the person that bought that building. When they're done fixing the building up, that building is gonna be worth like $5 million, $4 million, cash. And that's a building that a nigga bought, 600,000. You put some more money into it. Maybe let's just say, like what, altogether like $1 million or something. Yeah, altogether like $1 million. Buy 600,000, put another 400,000 into it, 400,000. Then you got a building that's worth $4-5 million. So all real estate is good, man. It doesn't matter if it's residential. It doesn't matter if it's commercial. All real estate is good.
So you buy them cheap, or you look for stuff that needs to be fixed up.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. That was just an example of just giving you how real estate could be profitable. Not necessarily, because you don't want to always just be looking for shit that you got to fix up. unless it's something that you could get for a steal, like, you know what I mean, something that you could get for a steal and it's in a prime location. Location is everything, because where that location of the building was, it was in prime location. That's the only reason why once you fix it up, it'll be worth that amount of money. If the building or the property that you're buying isn't in the right location, you want to look for a good location. Prime location is everything.
You mentioned you were in prison and then a law changed, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you ended up going to YA. That's a pretty crazy situation. That I'm sure that don't happen all the time, where because you went into the big house,
Yep.
and then you went, you know what I'm saying? Usually it's you're going up.
Yeah, you level up. You level up. Yeah.
You actually got to take a step back.
I went to the highest level, and it's like, yeah. I was actually one of the first dudes from the county that got resentenced under the law, Senate Bill 1391. But after that law went into full-fledged effect, man, they started sending a gang of us. A gang of us started landing in the YA, like a gang of us. And then they closed them down. Now, I was when I got out because they closed them down. I was supposed to do 2 more years. I was supposed to do till I was 25.
Okay, then that you're out early.
Yep, because they closed all the facilities down. So when they closed all the YAs down, what they did is they sent everybody to the parole board, and the parole board would decide based off of your behavior and based off of like your max out time. It makes it based off your max out time and your behavior and what you've been doing, if they're either going to send you home or they're going to send you to another facility. So what they've been doing now in the YAs, instead of having the state prisons, the state youth prisons, they have them locally now. So LA County has their own YAs, Riverside County, San Bernardino County, each county, Sacramento County, San Diego County, each county has their own YA facilities now. So they switched it from the state, they took it out the hands of the state and put it into the counties. So if you are a dude that if you just got sentenced to like juvenile life, and juvenile life in the state of California is till you're 25 years old, and let's just say you're 18, they sent you back to the YA in your county now, because you haven't gotten close to your max out. So because I was already 23 and my max out was till I was 25, and during that time I was doing real good. Didn't have no write-ups, no nothing. At that time, towards the end of like my last year, I was doing good. So
what was like the worst fight you seen or had when you were in there?
The worst fight, fights is fights, man. Get knocked out, some get slept, some, get their brains stomped out. It's just typical. Like, fights can't get that bad. Like, obviously, could get his brain stomped out, but it's like, fights is pretty much regular. And that's why I told you, like in the first interview, when I told you I've been in over 1,000 fights, that's that YA shit. Like, if you're in YA...
How many fights did you have to run, like back to back, or like in one day? What was the most?
Like 10. I say like 10. And that's just because I'm tripping. That's just because I was tripping. Like, I was a dude that was, whatever I'm on that 100%. Like, I don't have fast or nothing. So when I was on some gangbanging shit, I was tripping. Like, extra the out. I'm tripping. So, like, me, I'm a big nigga. So it's like, don't be wanting to fight me. You know what I mean? So that was just off of me tripping. But like, I seen this get in there and it's YA. You might get 30 on 1. Like, YA, and I tell people this, like, YA is the most racist facility you could ever be in your life. Like, point blank, period. That's the most racist, way more racist than level 4-yard prison, all that. YA is the most racist facility you could be in, point blank, period. When you land in YA is like this. You land in YA, you touch down in the main line, you'll have like, if you're black, you'll have like 30 Mexicans come to your door and be like, you know, wooty wooty whoop, you know, derogatory terms.
Damn.
Like, yeah, straight like that. That's YA. Like, you know, obviously, and that's what I was telling you, like, I seen how this shit is going on in YA, how it move. I'm like, you know, we don't, nigga, you say some shit like that in prison, we stabbing you in the neck. And it's like, in YA, it's a lot of stabbings as well, but aren't dealing with the same shit. Like, you know, it's not lethal shit to where you'll die. You know, obviously there's been deaths and shit like do die, but it's not as common. It's just like, you're just gonna go to the infirmary, you're gonna just be like, you probably be in a coma or something, or like up real bad. But like, yeah, that's how YA is. You land in YA, you'll have 30 Mexicans come to your door, whoopty whoopty whoop, dealing with your skin. And then if you're a Crip or a Blood, they gonna say both of them. You a whoopty whoop? Okay, that shit. You a whoopty whoop? Okay, that shit. So it's on site. Like, with blacks and Hispanics in YA, it's on site. So if you go into medical, you'll have 15 hot defenses. We call them Supermans in YA. So they got a gang of different yards, so they have one facility and they have a gang of different yards. But how they're set up in YA, they're regular fences. They don't have razor wire on the other yards. So obviously they got razor wire around the outside perimeter of the facility. But if this is A yard, B yard, C yard, D yard, E yard, F yard, there's no razor wire. So this is hopping them. They're tall ass fences, but it's hopping those. You'll have 15. They'll see a black walking, 15 will hop the fence on you. Same thing, vice versa. We'll see a Hispanic, 15 will hop the fence on, and that's just what it was. So we was just on an all out, just race war. Like I told you, it's just gang banging. So in YA, not only are you every single day, as soon as when you come out your cell, are you going to war with the other races, you still gotta squabble your mandatory enemies too. You know what I mean? So that's how the fades rack up. So it's like you might squabble 4 Hispanics, and then after that, oh yeah, you still got 5 other that's from wooty whoop, wooty whoop, wooty whoop, and we talking about black, that's like mandatory. Need that. So that's just, yeah. And it's going to YA, and in a year, it's racking up 300, 400 fades. We talking about write-ups. Like write-ups, this is documented fights. We're not even talking about undocumented like shit in the blinds. Like, yeah.
Damn, that's a lot, man. It's cracking all day, every day.
All day, every day.
Man,
that shit was so cracking. They made us come out to the day room in our boxers and shirts, no shoes, no nothing, and we used to have to go and sit. We got these shits called hardbacks. We had to go sit on the hardbacks and just watch TV, because every time we would come out, it was a riot.
Did they lock you guys down for long periods of time?
No, because it's a juvenile facility. They got laws placed to where they can't keep you in a cell longer than 4 hours. In YA, unless you do something very severe and you end up in the hole. If you're in the hole, then there's no limitation. You could just be in there all day. You know what I mean? You could be in there all day for months. But if you're on the main line and you're not in the hole, they couldn't keep in the cell longer than 4 hours, unless they got this shit called LP. It's called limited program. Then that's when they would bring out certain sides. So they would only bring out these. So they started doing shit. So they'll do like, okay, we're only gonna bring out the Norteños, so they can have their day room time by themselves. Then we're gonna bring out all the Serranos, all the Southsiders. Then we'll bring out all the Crips. Then we'll bring out all the Blood. So they was doing that at periods of time, but It's YA. A lot of the guards is gang related. A lot of the guards is from gangs. So is doing shit to directly set. Man, I seen they set one of the look. Like I told you, YA is the most racist facility I've ever been in. Every staff member, 98 of every staff member was Hispanic. Everyone. And
Wait, how many?
98% of
98%.
every staff member is Hispanic. Everyone. Every single one. And mind you, we're having a race war. The Hispanics is like our skin. We on the same thing. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. If it's like you, it's you back. That's just what it is. So a lot of the guards are from neighborhoods. Or if they're not from neighborhoods, they feel some type of way because every time this black come out, he says his race and slaps on it. You know what I mean? So they was doing shit to where they'd do shit like this. It would be limited program. They would pop out 10 Hispanics and they would open one black cell and they'd send the black to the day room to get stomped out by 10.
Dirty.
Yeah, dirty. YA is low down and dirty for sure.
Did that ever happen to you?
Hell nah. I'm too much of a monster. Little kids. But plus, I was, I'm an older and I just carry myself a certain way. So it's like, even the staff that didn't with me respected me. You know what I mean? Because one thing about me, nothing's personal. I always let niggas know, nothing's personal. And then I was doing so much business. I'm making money in there. I'm making guards and staff money. So it's like they let me do what the I want to do. I had a flat screen TV in there. Flat screen TV mounted on my wall in YA in my cell. A flat screen TV mounted on my wall with a laptop and like 30 phones. I'm sleeping on a real mattress. And why I was sleeping on a real mattress, like a thick real mat, not a state prison little bullshit where you sleeping on metal, a real mattress.
The music business has been kind of crazy lately, with the whole Diddy situation, and a lot of celebrities are running scared from what I understand, and it's going to get real spooky out there for a lot of people, man. What's your thoughts on the music business in general?
Man, my thoughts on the music business is, it's just not what people think it is. It's not what people lead it to be. It's a lot of individuals to where, like, a lot of broken promises, a lot of strange activities, a lot of strange dudes, to keep it 100. Like, there's a lot of weirdos in the music industry. There's a lot of weirdos in every industry, obviously, but a lot in the music industry. And like, I come from a cloth of individuals, of principles and morals, and it's just like, our word is our bond. Like, my life where I come from, especially in prison, your word, if you don't stand on your word, that's a life or death situation. You might die over that. And it's like in the music industry, you'll have a lot of dudes that'll hit you up, talking about they with you, they trying to lock in with you, they with your movement, your this, your that, and whoop-de-whoop. And, when it's time to do something, it's, a lot of broken promises to hit you up. And these are dudes that'll go out of their way to hit you up. You not going out of your way to hit them up. Oh, let's get in the studio. Send me an open verse. Let's do this. Let's do a video. It's just a lot of weirdos. You know what I mean? A lot of weird. Keeping 100 is weird. Just haters. A lot of people will check up with you just to see, because they see you got something going on. Like, and a lot of will try to block your way in and close your doors. Like, for me right now, I'm the most hated in California music industry, because I think don't like me because I got more money than, and I'm pushing like a positive narrative. You know, I came out pushing a positive narrative, not on some gang this, gang that, you know, on some gang banging shit. And, you know, showing like, you know, I make the best music. Our videos are the best. You can't out create you. We got more creativity. You can't outthink us. You can't out like the music industry is weird. I'm just keeping it 100. It's very, very weird. Like I encourage motherfuckers, like if you trying to get into the industry, man, just make your own lane and do your own thing. Don't think that you have to get in this industry with weirdos. A lot of these is weirdos, man. You'll have a lot of, especially when you making waves and you making a name for yourself, you'll have a lot of weirdos hitting you up. You don't have to like, and if you are going with on your terms, it has to be a equal mutual effort. Like a lot of like I was seeing I seen an interview of a dude. I'm not gonna say no names of the artist, but he was speaking on how he did a song with an artist, how an artist reached out to him saying he was with him. He did a song with it. And these is two popular, obviously one is like mainstream and one is, it's a popular for sure. So the mainstream reached out to him, boom, they did the song, boom, did the video, and it's like, ain't promote the song, ain't post the song, none of that. So it's like, you know, there's a lot of that going on in the industry. Will hit you up trying to fuck with you, but they won't, like, you know what I mean? Oh, let's collab, let's do this, but they won't promote the song. And it's crazy because it's your song too. If you make a song and I hop on your song, it's 50-50. It literally, the split down with money-wise and everything legally is 50-50 split. So it don't matter if I'm featured on the song or you're featured on the song. It's both of our songs, but you know, it's a lot of that going on. So like, the industry is just weird. It's definitely not what it seems. A lot of pedophile activities, like for real.
We all know Diddy's been arrested.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's looking at a life sentence. They got charges crazy. Cassie's probably gonna be the prime witness.
Yeah, definitely the prime witness. Yeah, 100%.
What do you think jail would be like, or is gonna be like for Diddy? Like if he has to hit the pen.
For one, if he does have to hit prison, he's gonna go to some straight bullshit. He's not gonna go to prison. Like you know what I mean? Like he's gonna go to some shit to where like CMC, like they got tennis courts over there. Like that's not like, you know what I mean? That's some bull. He's gonna go to some kiddie land bullshit. And then he's gonna be with a gang of weirdos. Like, you know, the charges that he's down for, it's impossible for him to hit the main line. Like it's not even, and out here, man, you get locked up if you got anything with children, any type of sex offender, weird shit like that. They don't even give you an option. The police don't give you an option. They automatically put you in PC. So it's like, you know, it's not like he's gonna be, if all this comes out to be true and he goes to prison, it's not like he's gonna be with no killers. He's gonna be with a gang that's down for the same shit on the same, a whole bunch of chomos.
What if he was in California? Do you think it'd be different for him?
It would be a lot rougher, for sure. It would be a lot rougher because...
Isn't that one guy from that 70s show? He's having some issues.
Yeah, what's up? Who?
One of the guys from that 70s show went down for 2 rapes. And I think he's looking at like 40 years in prison.
And he's out here in California?
In California. Yep. And he's in PC, but they still whooping his ass.
Oh, yeah. And that's what I was about to say. In California, it would be a lot more difficult because every in PC in a California prison, obviously are a piece of shit because you're on that side. But every isn't a snitch. Every isn't a child molester. I know dudes that PC'd up and went to that side just because woke up one day and was just like, I'm tired of it. Like, I'm just tired of the politics. Like, and just crossed over. A lot of roll it up over drug debts. The majority of people over there on the PC side now is drug debts. It's a gang of dope fiends. Niggas that do a gang of drugs and roll it up from this yard, go to this yard, do a gang of drugs, run up a drug debt, roll it up, go to this yard, then they can't go no more. Then they can't go nowhere else. Then they go PC. And California, PC niggas is still gang banging. They got PC gangs now. You know what I mean? They got PC prison gangs. All that's so it's like, you know, they still got that's trying to push some level in some form of a politic.
Diddy walks in. What happens?
Getting taxed off the dribble.
Extorted
off the dribble.
So you think he'd be paying
100%
for protection?
No, he's paying to be able to live in that. Paying for protection. You're paying to be able to live in this bitch, to be able to breathe air every day. That's what you're paying for. 100% extortion to the highest degree. You're paying. You gonna pay. If you're not gonna pay, you're not gonna live. Point blank. That's what it would be like for him. Day one, you're paying. Point blank.
How many fights does he get in? How often does he have to fight?
I think for him it would be off the back he would get into like some altercations.
Diddy not a sucker though. Did he go fight?
We ain't saying that, but at the end of the day, you know, one versus an organization of 50, you can't fight 50. And then we're still talking about prison. Obviously they in PC, but they still stabbing over there too. So
I think Diddy might stab back. I think so, man. I don't think Diddy. He not.
I'm not saying. You know? I'm not saying he's Diddy a bitch, but I'm just saying when you know, like there's only so much like you could do for like that, because he's not giving me monster. Now, if he was a monster, and I'm not saying size or nothing, I'm just saying monster like a that got that you know, that demon in him, like that. You know what I mean? Then I could see, yeah. Because there's on the main line that's supposed to be in PC, and they already been stabbed like 1,000,000 times, and they just not going nowhere. There's snitches on the main line that don't talk about too. Yes, there's full-fledged snitches. So it's like, and they just land to a yard and get stabbed up, go to another yard, get stabbed up, and they not going PC. So I don't see him being like that to where he's just, you know, there's going to be somebody that's going to orchestrate, okay, we going to extort this, and it's going to be that's running the organization in PC, and it's going to be like, this is what it's going to be, man. You don't have an option. You going to do this or you going to die. And he gonna comply. For sure. He got enough money. Money's not an issue for him. He's gonna comply.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got plenty of money, man. He'll be well taken care of.
Yeah, well taken, yeah.
But you know, you always got that one guy that don't want to follow the rules though. You know? It only takes one idiot to mess it up for everybody, you know? Well, I guess we'll hear the stories. But yeah, man, you know, I look forward to what you got coming up.
Hell yeah.
What all are you working on?
Right now we working on some shit with some labels. We gonna do a distro, like how I was telling you, and get the next Cash Money going on. That's what we got going on right now. And just start signing everybody. Yeah. Me and my brother become the next Birdman and Slim.
That's what's up. For sure. You guys got anybody in mind? Have you signed anybody yet?
I got a female artist that I got under wraps. It's not official yet, but I got a female artist that I definitely got my eye on.
All right. Well, that's what's up, man. Females are cracking right now.
Hell yeah.
Much more than the fellas.
100% more, yeah.
I don't know if that's by just chance or luck, or if that's designed by the labels. The labels aren't pushing the dudes no more.
Yeah.
Because the dude's been killing and
Yeah.
going to prison
Going
lately.
to prison, yeah. And they've been losing their investment.
Yep.
Not getting their return, yeah.
Yep. So, but yeah, man, that sounds dope, man. Hopefully you guys, pull it off.
No,
I want to see
100%.
it for sure.
100%. Yep, appreciate you, Cam, always.
Appreciate you, man.
Yep.
Good shit. What's up? This is Cam Capone. We got more content like this coming soon. So hit that like button, subscribe, and stay locked in to Cam Capone News.